On today's IRS tax refund update, as we have reached the halfway point of the 2025 tax season, we will recap the latest developments, including the next rounds of tax refunds scheduled for release. And from there, we will take a look at the latest notice being sent out by the IRS to some tax filers still experiencing refund delays, along with those still impacted by ID verification requests, adjusted tax refunds, and from there we will take a look at other sources of possible assistance in getting those tax refunds. Now, starting off with the latest, as the next rounds of tax refunds are scheduled for release on March 12th and 14th, as confirmed by the refund status results and tax transcripts seen here. And if you are part of these latest refund batches and have chosen to receive that refund via direct deposit, you should see that refund post to your bank account by that refund date, and in some cases possibly before, depending on your bank. But do allow 5 additional days after the refund date for it to post to your bank account before initiating a payment trace with the IRS. Meanwhile, those who are receiving paper checks should receive it in the mail within 7 to 10 days of that refund date. Meanwhile, we have been hearing from a number of viewers still waiting on their tax refunds that they have been receiving this notice from the IRS, which is the CP05 letter, informing them their tax return is being reviewed, and that the IRS needs additional time to verify one of several items entered on the tax return, such as income, tax withholdings, and tax credits, and that it could take up to 60 days to review the return. But as we have seen in previous years, some tax filers may get multiple copies of this letter, stretching the wait beyond the 60-day mark. And it is also important to note after the IRS reviews the tax return, they may require you to submit additional documentation to substantiate what you entered on your tax return for accuracy, such as W-2s and/or 1099s. Another issue impacting some tax filers in receiving their refunds is the need to complete ID verification, often encountering the message seen here. And if you are impacted by this particular issue, the IRS will be sending you out a notice in the mail listing a control number which you will need to enter online to complete the process. However, as we have seen, including in previous years, not all tax filers who are supposed to receive this letter actually do, which extends delays even longer and requires the tax filer to reach out to the IRS to request a second notice be sent out so that they can proceed with ID verification online. Now, in most cases, ID verification can be completed online. However, there will be a few select instances when the verification process must be completed in person at a local IRS office. Now, if you have completed ID verification online, you will receive this message that verification is complete and that your refund can take up to 9 weeks to complete. However, as we have seen in previous cases, that time frame is more along the lines of 2 to 3 weeks. As more refunds are being sent out by the week, also come additional reports of adjusted tax refunds, which can be due to a variety of reasons such as past due tax debt, past due child support, rejection of a tax credit being claimed, or miscalculation on the tax return in question. Now, as it pertains to several of these adjusted refunds, the affected tax filers will receive this letter, the CP12, notice from the IRS detailing the amount of the adjusted refund and reason behind the adjustment, and it will allow the tax filer to appeal the decision made within 60 days of the notice. However, if there is no appeal, you should receive that refund usually around 6 weeks. Meanwhile, many viewers are unable to get a resolution on their tax return status by contacting the IRS and have been asking other options that are available. And we do suggest for those still seeking assistance to reach out to the taxpayer advocate who will assign a caseworker to you and who will communicate with the IRS on their behalf. And many viewers over the last several years have confirmed success when having the taxpayer advocate assist them. And another option is contacting your congressional representative for help. And again, another option that has worked for our viewers, and for further assistance, please use the contact information listed here. Let us know in the comment section below about your ongoing tax issue. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.